Hey, everybody, it's Chase with AV Pop Culture. What is up on Friday night? Friday Night Live. Here we go. How is everybody this evening? I'm always trying to get my camera straight. I don't leave this thing hooked up all the time. So, trying to always get it straight. It always wants to lean one way or the other. Close enough. How are y'all doing tonight? Lots to talk about. I am back in town, back in the chair. I was out of town. Hey, Paul, what's up? I'm glaring at you guys. Hear about that? Woke Niner, what's up, man? Did I like Terrifier 3? I have not seen Terrifier 3. I took my son to see it because he's a big Terrifier fan, and they would not let us in because they said that they were treating it like NC-17, even though it wasn't. That particular theater was, and we didn't have time to get to the other one. So I actually just found out I'm getting it. I'm ordering it from Orbit today. It should be here in a couple of days. They got it early. Hey, Becca. Travis, no, I did not get Demolition Man yet. And I checked because I saw a bunch of people are getting theirs already. And mine still, I ordered directly from Arrow and it still has not shipped. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. Last movie standing, my buddy Brian is here. He's bored, so he's hanging out. What's up, brother? I thought $60 for Alien Romulus was high. Just bought the Steelbook. That was high enough. I still haven't seen that movie, and I haven't ordered it yet. Matt, glad you could be in here. Hey, Becca, if I didn't say it. This thing jumps on me. So how is everybody, like, what have you got all of your big, like, Amazon Black Friday orders? Have those come into you yet? Have you got those yet? I've only gotten a couple of things. Hey, Juanita. Tony O, hi Chase. Did you get a chance to see videos of the Never Ending Story box set? I have. That thing is huge. I cannot wait to get it. William, what's up? Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, I did have fun on my vacation. We went to Disney World. We're annual pass holders, me and my wife and my kids and my mom and stepdad. And it's about a 7-hour drive for us. And we book it way, way out in advance. So we had it booked to go down. And I tell you guys, though, I miss being in the chair. I talked to Brian about that. I miss being in the chair talking movies, even when I'm on vacation. So tells you you're doing something that's the right thing to be doing. Hey, Movie Odyssey. Hey, everyone. How cold is it in Georgia? It's the 30s there, Brian, right now. Last night, it got down to 21 degrees here. And I think the low tonight is 23. But the kicker is the wind's blowing. The wind is blowing a lot here. And like I was outside. I was doing some more Chase in the Wild videos today. I was recording some Chase in the Wild videos. And it was cold. It was cold. A few of your things are still MIA, Marty. Becca, I did get your email. Oh, so I was going to tell everybody this. So if you won anything from me, or in one case, if you had bought something from me, I didn't get it shipped out before I left. I apologize about that. I did not get it shipped out before I left. And so I'm a little late getting stuff out. It's 28 degrees in North Carolina, so it's colder here than in North Carolina. That's crazy. Friends that I've had that have come from California making, like when I'm doing movies, they're always shocked to find out how cold and how hot it gets in Georgia. Kevin, I do have a Patreon. I put the link in my every video description to my Patreon. at American Vintage Adventures on Patreon. I think I have maybe 18 patrons on there, and I have about 50 members here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, the Goonies set. It's actually up here just off camera. I added it up top up there. That was a hell of a find for $13.99. That was, I was very proud of that. Juanita, you got everything you ordered but 3 things. And some, besides some stocking stuffers, you're done with shopping for your grandbabies. Well, you're ahead of the game. You're ahead of the game. 28 and wow, it's just cold here. I'll tell you this: we were at Disney World in Orlando, Florida, and we did the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, which is like an after hours thing. It goes from like 7 till midnight, 12:30, and it was like 39 degrees in Orlando, so it was pretty chilly. Waiting on the 88 film version of From Beyond to be delivered, low 40s in Southwest Louisiana. Yeah, it's just cool everywhere. I mean, it's getting to that time, but I mean, technically it's still fall for a few more weeks. I really want that 88 films version of From Beyond. From Beyond is it's my favorite Stuart Gordon movie. And I love that movie, and that artwork is one of the few times that Vinegar Syndrome loses on artwork. They lose in artwork to that 88 films From Beyond. Oh yeah, family in Augusta. It's always usually a little warmer in Augusta. That's like what we call the low country. And so it's a little warmer. Yeah, From Beyond is stuck in Chicago, tracking says. So, Brian's going to review that one for us for 88 films. That's awesome. Horror Girl 1984. Hey, 1 p.m. Saturday afternoon in Australia. You got your Steelbook 45 in Washington. So it's just cold here in Georgia. I mean, it does get cold, like very cold. Like we'll probably have maybe 10 days per winter time, late fall or through winter, where it'll get single digits here. People just don't realize it. It gets cold here. My wife moved up here from South Florida, and she wasn't prepared. Like I told her it gets cold, but she didn't expect it to get cold. She also didn't expect, like, because Florida gets a ton of rain, but it just rains torrentially really fast and then goes away. Georgia actually gets more rain. Atlanta area gets more rain than Seattle, Washington. It rains a lot here. And when it rains heavy, and it'll rain for 4 and 5 days at a time. Then we'll go like 2 weeks with no rain, and then it'll do it again. So I got my Galaxy Quest Steelbook 2. I didn't get a chance to review it before I left. I got my Galaxy Quest Steelbook. I haven't even opened it yet. I love this movie, though. I have always been a fan of this movie. It has nothing to do with this release, so I'm just excited to get this. And I got my Blockbuster box set slip to keep it in, so I am super pumped to have this. I might open it here in a minute, but I love it. 16 degrees Celsius is about 60 Fahrenheit here. Okay, I couldn't do that conversion in my head. Now I got this stuck because I didn't take the plastic and stuff off. Oh yeah, Alan Rickman is awesome in this. By Grabthar's hammer. I can't get this out. North Carolina barely ever gets any snow. We usually get like twice a year. Once we'll get a few inches, and then once we'll get a dusting, and then we'll get a lot of ice, and that's what we get. It's stuck. There we go. Okay, so the aspect ratio issue is that I don't know that that's actually an issue, or I haven't got to watch this yet, but I think they cut the aspect ratio to simulate it being on an old TV in some spots. So I gotta watch that and see, but I think that's what it's supposed to be. it's like a shifting aspect ratio. Because like I did that in my movie Dark Roads, where it cuts to like it's supposed to be an 8mm home camera and different stuff like that. So I'm wondering, but like, okay, you're saying it's not an issue, but it's a distraction. I don't know. I guess maybe because I've used that same filmmaking trick to make it feel like something. But like when Ken was describing it, he made it seem like, you know, it was. I don't know if he knew, like he was clear that I haven't watched it, so I can't say, but I'll watch it and see. I'm 99% sure they did it to make it look like it was on different old TVs. So I was not aware when I got the steelbook that it actually had a slip. So that is pretty cool. Is it a bottom loader? Top loader. So I didn't know it had a slip. That's pretty cool. Steelbook with a slip. Forgotten Tomatoes has a YouTube video showing the difference. That's a cool steelbook. I may watch this tonight because I don't think it's going to bother me. If you watch Dark Roads, you're going to see it shift like that too, to an 8mm camera. So for effect. So I'm wondering if that's just what they did. Oh, Big Sal is in the house. I missed him come in. What is up, man? He actually he gave me a big tip jar tip and covered my, one of my Chase in the Wilds, where that was so awesome. The PayPal thing. I really appreciate that, man. I'm gonna go with the I like the nickname somebody gave you in here before, Big Sal. Steve, what's up?
Brian on?
Yeah, Brian is on, Risha.
Daniel.
No Daniel yet. No. Yeah, there you go. That's Risha making a surprise appearance. Hello.
Hi, Brian. Mandalorian, are you trying to say hi?
Canadian Maker Project, what's up? Yeah. Steve, what's not right? I missed what's not right. Thoughts on the werewolf movie that's getting ready to drop. So did that come out today? I actually just mentioned to Risha before I came on that I'd heard something about a new Brian said, tell Risha I'm watching Bring It On after this for her.
All right.
She was a college cheerleader, so there you go. And there's Mando, the Maine Coon there. Okay, so werewolves. I had not heard about this. I just told Rich before it came on. I'm like, I don't know how I didn't hear about a werewolf movie. Oh yeah, Big Niner. He's a big cat, and he's not fully grown. He's a Maine Coon. He's huge. He is huge. I do like them having a slip cover on a steelbook. That's like that's pretty cool. Embossed too. Yeah, the werewolves thing looks good. I watched it. Joseph Vincent in the house. What is up, man? Happy holidays. You guys should see his theater set up. Mwah. Oh, a line from the movie. Okay, I'm missing everything up here. Canadian Maker Project. Thank you. He gave a $5 super chat for the Maine Coon showing up. That is Mando, the Mandalorian Maine Coon. That is his name. Quietly Games. So okay, he Quietly Games just watched the 4-cut version of Strange Darling. I haven't seen that. As soon as when that set comes back in on Orbit, I really would like to get that because it's a really good set for like $30. So Joseph said he was going to say on his theater setup, the aspect ratio switch isn't a big deal. It's kind of effective. See, that's where I would probably lean with it too, because maybe I'm partial because I like the movie, though I don't really remember that in the movie. So it's something they probably had to change from the original on the initial release. But I've used that gimmick, or not gimmick. I've used that style of shifting aspect ratios. Christopher Nolan will do it too, although probably not to show an old TV like kind of screen. Oh, dude. So okay, that's a good tip, Brian. All the Shreks on 4K. Isn't it? It's like, is it 3 for 35 now on those? Are they in the 3 for 35? Because I'll definitely get that for her. I had to say it because she's liable to pop in here at any time on this live stream. Your neighbor had a Maine Coon named General. They're cool cats. They're the most dog-like cat that I've been around. I did not have 4K of the gift yet. So here's what I did with the gift. I ordered the Arrow release of gift from Orbit, along with 2 other pre-orders that would come out about the same time. So I'm going to be a little late getting the gift. So I'm going to go with the Arrow version. It's the same transfer, but it saved me like $7 on shipping. So it knocked it down to like a $23 movie. Is Nolan's new movie going to be a remake of Blue Thunder? I don't know. I hadn't heard about that. Did you see what the VS did with this new April Fool's slip? I heard about it, but all that happened right when I was leaving town. I saw that it's like Side Roads or I forget the name of the movie, but I didn't hear everything that happened. Oh, $12.99 each. That's still pretty close to the same. That's worth it. That's worth it. She loves those. Like there's a new DreamWorks land in Universal Studios, Florida. Got the whole Shrek like house, like his whole swamp is there. She loves it. I'm waiting on Demolition Man, the faculty, Riddick, or the newest Riddick movie from Scream Factory. What else? Oh, Far and Away. I'm still waiting on all those. I also got the last video store or whatever from Arrow that's coming with Demolition Man. Side Roads. That's the name of the movie from Vinegar Syndrome. The Willow 4K. That's another one I got to get. There's just so much stuff to buy right now. It's hard. But then if you don't get it, you end up paying way more later. Yeah, I got to get Willow. I've only got Willow on VHS, and I grew up with that one. Oh, so that park is that close to you, Brian? Yeah, that's going to be interesting for you. Yeah, Paul, it's a long ahead pre-order on that stuff. I can't wait to get Far and Away. I think that's going to look awesome in 4K. All right, Blake's Giants. I'm definitely getting Willow, getting that for sure. It's just how am I going to pay for everything? That's the difference. That's the question. Like this trip we went on, if that hadn't been taken care of earlier in the year and we weren't pass holders, that couldn't have happened. Oh wow, you haven't seen Far and Away since Laserdisc? It's a good movie. Yeah, I can't afford everything either. And it gets tough too. It gets real tough because there's things that you want. And like when I took a complete break off of buying then stuff just stacks up on you. So unless you're willing to forego it, it's not a matter of if you spend the money or save the money, it's just when you do it. So I've never seen Creep, but I saw that Second Sight set. $65 I am not paying for a steelbook. That's not happening. Yeah, all this stuff coming out and selling out and all this, and then you have people over here trying to say physical media is dead and dying. Get the hell out of town. Nicole Kidman's ankle in 4K. That's the part where they're on the ship and she's accidentally showing her ankles in boots and the guys are like staring. 46 people and 20 likes. For every like Chase gets $1 until I reach my max for today. Oh man, that is a hell of a generous thing. Big Sal in there. So look, everybody there's 48 of us in here. Like it helps. Wow, Joseph, thank you, man. Thank you. Joseph just gave me a $20 super chat. And I have no idea, at some point, like eventually when I actually make enough money from this channel to cover it, I've got to get like StreamYard where I can pop everything up on the screen for you guys and be like super cool with it all. But I have no idea. You can't do that with just the old YouTube. So he gave a $20 super chat for part of Willow to help to get Willow. And I super appreciate that, man. I super appreciate that. Arrow released few chunky box. Yeah, they didn't. I'll just like, I'm still like for the $20 and the $5 super chat is so like, it definitely goes back into movies. Willow Fund, $65. It's like, you can't. So, like Black Friday, you know, like I returned Punch Drunk Love from Criterion. I got like $21 and change back. And then I had like $43 or something in Amazon Visa reward points. And they had that Columbia Pictures classic set that has Punch Drunk Love in 4K, Sleepless in Seattle in 4K, Starman in 4K, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, Kramer vs. Kramer. And it went down to like $84.99. So I only had to put like $20 with that, but like that's $84.99 for like 6 movies in that big packaging. And you start talking about $65 for one steelbook of Willow. That's out of hand. That's out of hand. Yeah, Sal, Arrow didn't release. So Cruisin' was like the only chunky box in the United States. And then they released the chunky box of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. And I will probably double dip for that one just because, like, I mean, that's my favorite Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But I'm also, you know, I'm friends with Bill Moseley and Carolyn Williams. I talked to her a lot. I did the painting of her. I still don't know if I can show that on here. I don't know how art works. I haven't sent it to her yet. But that one I got to have. BMG. Am I getting any, Brian, am I getting any of the new Lionsgate 4Ks? You mean the ones they're selling directly from their site? If so, like, I don't have the Conversation or Apocalypse Now. If that, like, it would be nice to start out getting the ones that they put out and follow along with that line because Lionsgate does good. So I would like to get that. I would like to get those two if those are what you're talking about. $50 people in here and 35 likes. Apparently the likes help get this thing out there for more people to find it. Hearing Chunky Box makes me hungry for ice cream. Oh, you got Paramount Scares Volume 1 for Black Friday. Those prices were unbeatable. Unbeatable for the Paramount Screams boxes. Marty got Apocalypse Now from Lionsgate the night that it broke. Paul, you ordered 1982. So we're going to talk about this in a minute. I'm going to do a video. This is incredible. This documentary right here is incredible. Like, it is absolutely worth every dollar. I wish they would do one of these for every year of the 80s. I did get the Trick or Treat box set, Blake's Giants. It's over here in my now playing section. I've actually watched this a couple times. It's the horror, weird science, in my opinion, for sure. Brian was right about that. But yeah, I actually really like this more than I thought. It was a blind buy for me. It was a blind buy. Somebody voted this stream a thumbs down. So, okay, every video I do, there is one or two people like within 90 seconds of the video going live that do a thumbs down on it. So apparently they just really don't like me for some reason. I have no idea. I have not seen Skeleton Crew. $49.99 on Orbit for Steelbook for Willow. That's not as bad. Matt, I left my 4K Trick or Treat sitting out, and the 7 is begging to watch it. I don't think it's too bad. Joseph watched Class of 1984 last night for the first time ever. Don't know how I missed it entire my life. Really, I don't know if I've seen that either. Oh wait, yeah, I have. I actually may even have that. I was in a documentary like state of mind on that. I thought I had it. Maybe I don't. No, I'm thinking of Graduation Day. I gotta see Class of 1984. That has Michael J. Fox in it, doesn't it? Yeah, I got Mando season 3 coming. I'm trying to get everything. Yeah, super young Michael J. Fox. Yeah, I have seen that. I have the Mando. I have the Steelbook coming of Mandalorian season 3. I'm trying to get anything that I want off of Disney Plus for me and the kids, and before I cancel it. The Keep has sold out on imprint already. I hadn't heard they announced it go live to pre-order yet. But like I said, I've been out of town. If I could do a remake of any movie, which one would I pick? Probably. I had an answer to this once upon a time, a real quick answer. Honestly, if I could, I would probably do Amityville Horror. I would like to take my turn at that. Even though I know it's been done. I do have Nick B. I am into vinyl, and I do have a record player for sure. It's over there off camera. I have about 40 of my albums right here. Got ticks from Vinegar Syndrome a month back. Remember it being better. Sometimes movies are like that. You're like, I remember this being better when I saw it. And then there's others, like for me, The Thing. I didn't like The Thing as much when I was younger. Now it's one of my favorite movies, period. Little Monsters with a hard R. So That would be a good one. Another one that I used to always want to remake, but still set it in like remake it today, but set it in the 80s still, is the Monster Squad. And make it R-rated. Because it make the kids like, you know, a touch older, just a little bit. I didn't see the Ahsoka series. Obi-Wan was pretty good, especially there towards the end. Oh, okay. The 4K hadn't went live. I didn't think it had from Imprint. Canadian Maker Project at AVA Pop Culture, or am I thinking of doing your favorite 25 releases of 2024? Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that won't come till January though, till everything comes through for December. I'm going to do my 25 favorite releases of 2024. And I'm going to do my top 10 like 4Ks of 2024 and maybe my top 15. Later this month, I'm going to do my top 10 4Ks of the second half of this year. Dr. Drew Dude, new member. Appreciate you joining. Amityville Horror, not public domain. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that. See, you can't copyright a title. That's why there's so many movies that have the same title. But I don't know about that. I mean, it's based off a novel, so you kind of go into some weird territory there. The Frogman box set is sold out from TerraVision. Is it really? It's not on Orbit either. I didn't grab that one. Jesse Lowe picked up the Columbia Classics set. Dude, Big Sal coming in here, showing support for AVA Pop Culture. 39 likes plus 1 for the dislike. $40 super chat, man. I appreciate the hell out of that. I wish it would let me put, like, I don't understand why I can't have all the cool features, like if you got StreamYard, where I can put you guys up on the screen when I'm talking to you and stuff. But I super appreciate that. Now, a couple of streams ago, somebody else gave Salmon the nickname Big Sal. And now every time I see it, your name pop up, there's Big Sal. There's Big Sal. I love it. I love it, man. I appreciate the support. I really do. I really, really do. I forgot to buy Frogman when they first announced it, but I did find it at Walmart for $18. That's a good find. My Walmart never has anything. Not anymore. StreamYard costs $50 a month now for like the lowest version. If you want to be able to, they were still gonna have a free version, but you can't do anything more with it than you can do with YouTube. And so I haven't checked, because if there have no other features that you don't have that you have on YouTube, there's no point. I love H.P. Lovecraft horror too, and Amityville is a classic. I love haunted house movies, period. Matt's been a StreamYard member so long they grandfathered him in at $22 a month. Yeah, I can't do $50 a month on it right now. It's that time of year when the escrow comes in on your house and they estimated your taxes wrong. And so for the next year, my mortgage payment went up $130 a month because the value of the house supposedly went up so much. It didn't, but they say it did. Blake Shines, Christmas Vacation R-rated like Vacation would be a great remake with the right. I agree. Although that's one of my favorite movies of all time. Yeah, StreamYard needs a competitor. That's so much. Yeah, $50 is wrong. Brian said they need a competitor and make them drive that price back down, like a legit competitor. Hard Girl 1984. What did you think about the new Crow movie? I didn't like it. I prefer the original. I have not watched a Crow movie since the original. I haven't seen any other one they've done. So like I can't. That makes me sad with Brandon Lee. And I've never seen one past the original. Yeah, that's the thing. Like you got to like I had to think about it too. I'm like, I basically would do no more than one live stream per week. That's only 4 a month. So at $50, it's costing you $12.50 each live stream. That doesn't make financial sense. Steve, man, I appreciate it. Steve, look, every time, even if Steve misses, Steve Rossman has been a channel member since early on, and he's one of the two icon members, him and Lance, that they get their big the big neon name because that high level that they joined at, and he has sent me some awesome movies, and I'm gonna watch my son. We're gonna watch World War Z. Um, and he sent me some awesome movies, and whether he misses a live stream or not, I always go back and there is a $10 super chat added afterwards when he watches it every time, and I'm so grateful for that, man. I appreciate it so much. The new Crow doesn't need to exist. Steelbook's got me again today. Pre-ordered The Last Witch Hunter, already on it. Is there any movies I buy for the box art? Yeah, art will sucker me. Vinegar Syndrome is a culprit to a lot of those. So yeah, art can get me. I actually did a video a while back on like the 10 worst movies that I bought because they had awesome art. Mozart's Ghost, what's up, man? You did a nice job today with the Criterion video, bridging the gap, baby. I'm trying to bring people because I'm the weird guy that likes movies on both sides, and I'm not going to exclude any of it. So I'm trying to make people who consider themselves like only Criterion type level film enthusiasts and collectors, and people who only consider themselves like Vinegar Syndrome, B schlock movie horror, 80s horror and stuff, enthusiasts and collectors. I'm trying to make them see that they actually have a lot more in common than they realize. And if they'll get a little dirtier and a little cleaner on both sides, there's a lot more movies in the middle for them to enjoy. Canadian Maker Project, I appreciate that. Yeah, YouTube takes 30% of every super chat, membership, sticker, everything. It's kind of ridiculous. Nicholas, I never watched, I was never like a Nonculus. Sorry. I never watched My Name is Earl, kept up with it, just episodes here and there. Sako, what's up? So, Steve, you got Alien Romulus today, too. See, I still haven't even seen the movie, so it'd be a blind buy. How do you get your name as a pop icon? If on Patreon or on YouTube, if you join the channel as a member at I forget what level it is, that's an icon, and then that level gets their individual name card and like the big neon sign that comes up with their name. Plus, you get to pick one of my movies for me to send you, and other swag stuff. Yeah, Joseph, YouTube wants their cut. They're going to get you one way or another. Griswold Family Christmas. Fun old-fashioned one. Matt, thank you for stopping by. He's got to get back to work. He's got to leave. Oh, and Brian, Last Movie Standing, he watches your stuff too. I appreciate it. I know Brian does too. I have not seen Witch Story. I haven't seen that one. And I've only seen The Witch Hunter one time. My daughter is on here. Lana said, stick to movies, Dad, not singing. The problem is I walk around, I can't sing, but I know all the words to every song just about, and I walk around singing all the time. Oh, The Crow Wicked Prayer has David Boreanaz in it? Really? No, I might have to give that a try then. I'm a fan of his. Likes are still lagging behind. Big Sal says only 43 likes with 54 of us in here. Where's everybody tonight? Last time we got up to like almost 100 people. Get everybody in here tonight. I'm back in the chair. Lana, now just for that, I'm going to sing all night long. Oh, so I did see Mozart. I did see The Searchers. I'm very excited for that and super excited for the Criterion release 4K of Winchester 73. I think that's a cursed object horror movie in disguise. So I'm super excited for that one too. Brian also said that Warner Archive is putting out for the first time ever in U.S. on Blu-ray another movie I like, Just Friends with Ryan Reynolds. Looking forward to that. But Becca, thanks for that tip because I'm a huge David Boreanaz fan. I wish that he hadn't turned down Nolan's Batman. If you guys don't know that story, he turned down Batman Begins because he said he'd been playing Batman as Angel for all those years. Canadian fall TV ending tonight. Oh yeah, the mid-season hiatus, the winter finales. So Kill Bill Kill Bill 4K. That is, I got to do does everybody want to see me do my rankings of the Tarantino movies? I could maybe do that this month to kind of break up like Christmas content and everything. I definitely have some thoughts on Kill Bill. Mozart's good. Yeah, I'm a big kid about holidays. So I love decorating, and this is just, I decorated for Christmas. I decorate for Halloween. I decorate for anything. For fall, if I got a reason to decorate, I'll decorate. I love putting up decorations. Also, some of you guys would like me to do my Tarantino rankings. I'll probably draw some hate from them. Lana, are you still in here? What are you telling me no for? Oh, that's saying. You just decorated today. Me and Lana love decorations too much. We got to go early. And the kids have a little tree in their room. I have like a 12-foot tree in my living room. I have a Georgia Bulldog white snow tree in my dining room that's about 6 foot tall. And then I have a real tree in here with all my Christmas vacation stuff on it. And then I have this little tree right here. So, and I have 2 other little trees beside my fireplace in the living room. So it's a lot of decorating you got to have it up for a little while. You watched Kill Bill 10 times already? Kill Bill makes you nervous. Kill Bill is like is super high energy, like pulp fiction-y, not pulp fiction, but like pulp like martial arts movie. Do I have a favorite holiday movie that you consider underrated? Christmas movies that I consider underrated. Well, actually, there is one. I think The Family Man with Nicolas Cage is super underrated. To me, it's a nice retelling of It's a Wonderful Life, though. Some people don't even consider it a Christmas movie. Another one that flies under the radar is Daddy's Home 2. That's just only a few years old. We love watching that. I feel like I don't hear Scrooged with Bill Murray talked about enough, oddly. So there's a few. Willow Steelbook is in stock right now for $43.99 on deep discount. That's more fair. I still feel like it ought to be $35. Daddy's Home, yeah. This movie is hilarious. So Mel Gibson plays Mark Wahlberg's father, and John Lithgow plays Will Ferrell's father, and they're like a blended family with stepkids and stuff on both sides, and they all spend Christmas together in a cabin, and it's hilarious. It is absolutely hilarious. Tyler, what's up, man? But yeah, if you haven't seen this one, like a lot of people don't even know about it. This one is 100% worth your time. Like me and my daughter, like we watch the hell out of this now. Like this is a favorite. This is very, very good. The thermostat fight. That's what I talk about. What are we even talking about? This is madness. Like they're all so different. The dads and their dads are all so different. But the one thing they agree on is you don't let anybody mess with the thermostat. Got an email. So Tyler got an email from Umbrella. Those House of the Devil sets ship today. I can't wait for that. That set looks cool. That set looks so cool. I'm super, super psyched for that. I really appreciate that, man. Oh, Muppet Christmas Carol is a must around here too. My wife's I had to buy her Muppets Take Manhattan. That's her favorite. I had to buy that. Came out on 4K. I got her that earlier this year. Yeah, House of the Devil is Ty West. Yeah, Mozart. That's basically it. Well, one family in Daddy's Home 2 is almost more like PG Disney movies, and the other family is more like 80s action movies. That's probably closer. Becca fell in love with Family Man when it came. I love Family Man. I love it. It's got so much heart to it. I love it. I found one today that I got in the wild. I found this is a little cheat that I found. So I filmed a couple of Chase in the Wild videos today. I was out for a good while today, and I found something today. I found a Vinegar Syndrome title in the wild with a slip that is not exactly a holiday family classic, but it is one that's very sought after. Don't open till Christmas. This is this is a absolute hard one to find, and this movie, like, the dude kills anybody that's like dressed like Santa Claus. It's not the greatest movie ever. I found this right here at I just totally blanked on it. CD Warehouse. This is behind the counter. You love the censorship? Yeah. I don't know what the rule is on art on here, but yeah. It still wasn't cheap though. I mean, like it still wasn't cheap. Cheaper than it would have been on eBay. Oh, I love Christmas with the Cranks. I love Christmas with the Cranks. Skipping Christmas. That's a Michael Crichton novel, I believe, that it's based on. My favorite part of that is when Tim Allen gets too much Botox and he's trying to eat the fruit cup and his face is frozen. And he can't eat it. I laugh my ass off every time. I didn't make it to Second and Charles today. Second and Charles is 29. The closest one's 29 miles from my house, and I was headed over there. And by the time I got to CD Warehouse, which is a third of the way there, traffic was so bad, it was telling me an hour and 17 more minutes to get there. So I had to pull the plug on that one today. Oh, did he, Joseph? That's cool. Oh, John Grisham is okay. It's a Grisham novel, Skipping Christmas. I don't know why I was thinking Crichton. The Night They Saved Christmas is an underrated one. That's an underrated one. I hadn't seen that in a really long time. Santa's Slave with Goldberg. I got that coming. I found that used online for $6.99, and I bought it because I didn't have it. We're close to wrapping up 2024. What label impressed me most this year? Well, I think Criterion had a good year overall, but like I think Scream Factory had a good year. Despite what people think, I think Scream Factory had a really good year. And I think closing out with like that Hush release, Silent Night, Deadly Night, The Faculty, all that kind of stuff, that is big. But Arrow too, man, with Demolition Man coming in there, that one is huge. It's tough. But I think those three had a really good year. Vinegar Syndrome really closed out strong with Congo, The Keep, and Sliver. They closed out strong, but they had a few what I consider pretty weak months too. Holdovers is a good movie, Paul Giamatti. What is the standard for making a 4K decision on movies? You mean like whether they make it into a 4K or make it into a Blu-ray? Like, what do you mean? Silent Night, Deadly Night. I'm going to tell you, I had so much fun, and I probably just blew like with this. I probably blew one of the biggest surprises of my upcoming Chase in the Wild video. But I was so excited that I found this. I didn't know what to do with myself. Like, I didn't know what to do. I was like, man, I'm so excited. I got to tell somebody that'll care. But this is so good. Like okay, so full disclosure, I had never seen part 2. I've never seen part 2. And I liked this so much, I went on Black Friday and they had on Amazon had the Scream Factory Blu-ray on there for I think it was $13.99, $14.99. And I bought it. And I mean, I'm sure it won't have a slip now, but I don't like I wanted to see it. So because this I didn't remember having that much fun with it. Oh yeah, looking for Mr. Goodbar. That was a big one because that had been kind of like lost somewhat. I haven't seen that one though, so I can't speak to it. Second Sight had a good year. The only thing about Second Sight, and I love Second Sight. I got this whole shelf over here dedicated to them. They only put out like 1 or 2 here and there. So it's not as hard to maintain getting a good title and good quality. Scream Factory puts out as many in 2 months as Second Sight does all year almost. So that's the only thing they've got to get because I love their packaging. Their 4Ks are good and their prices are good. They just need to step up the quantity a little bit, in my opinion. Would I play a good guy or a villain? I've played both in movies. I played a villain when I killed Marty Cove in Bring Me a Dream. I played a good guy turns villain in Realm of Souls. And I played a straight up good guy in Dark Road 79. I actually was nominated and won more acting awards at film festivals for playing a good guy, oddly enough, though. Tyler, I like what Second Sight did this year. Mean Streets, Possessor, The Green Room, House of the Devil, and Hitcher. I mean, yeah, Second Sight, like I said, I love what they do. I love what they do. I just want them to do. I want a little more from them. Like, give me 2 titles a month. Give me 2 per month. 2 per month. I knew what you meant. Late Night with the Devil, because I knew what you meant. Vampires, I think will be sent out like January 21st. I want to say that's a must for me. I love vampires. That ranks high for me on John Carpenter movies, way higher than for most people. I don't have that Mean Streets Second Sight set. I really want that, and I know there's a 4K from Criterion that I would not let myself buy during this sale because that Second Sight set kept being in the back of my mind. But then I kept thinking I could like buy 2.5 Criterion 4Ks for the price of that one Mean Streets from Second Sight, and that stopped me from buying either one. So I didn't get either. Yeah, Second Sight. That would be nice for them to release Day of the Dead. The Hitcher is a really good release this year. The Hitcher is really good. I still haven't had a chance to review that one, like do an in-depth review on here, and it doesn't really feel like the Hitcher season right now. Woke Niner, I got that Blair Witch from Second Sight. I got to get the replacement disc, but I got that set. Yeah, Mozart. Yeah, it's like $25. I can get this Mean Street 4K from Criterion plus another 4K from Criterion. That's $50. And then I can put another like $15 or $10 or $12 towards another 4K for the price of that one Second Sight Mean Streets set. And when you're tight on money, that wears on you. Plus, I'm trying to build my Criterion collection because in January too, I'm going to start doing I'm going to do a few episodes where I pick some of my favorite actors doing Criterion Closet picks, and I'm going to watch and review and rank all their picks. So, I mean, I'll never get all of them because I can't afford to buy all of them. I have to watch some of them in other ways. Oh man, Canadian Maker Project just gifted 5 AVA Pop Culture memberships. I love that. I love seeing the members grow. I even got a message from YouTube that said you crossed 50 members on your channel. That's awesome. All that, I love it. I love it. Steelbook Collector, what's up? I need the It Follows from Second Sight, although Brian keeps telling me that's not a good movie. And I barely remember seeing it at the theater. It Follows is good. Yeah, like I feel like it must be divisive. Although I told Brian that he would love Life Force and he didn't like it. So we're not like 100% on the exact same. Brian says don't listen to him when it comes to horror. I was like, I crawled up in the fetal position when Brian's like, I tried to watch Life Force and I couldn't get into it. I'm like, oh man. John Doe Juggalo in the house. I was like, you don't like it? I love Life Force. I'm double dipping for Life Force to get that 4K uncut version. I don't remember. I saw It Follows at the theater. But that's the last time. And I remember reading somebody doing a review of it saying that it's like a metaphor for STDs somehow, which is, I don't remember enough of it to make that argument one way or another. That Life Force, okay, that is 16-minute longer cut, that uncut version in 4K, some new features, and then that artwork. The artwork on the disc inside, go look at that artwork. I gotta have that. Now, see, but Brian had never seen Dawson's Creek TV show, and I told him I was 100% sure he would love that, and he loved that. And he's been watching it, and he and I have been talking about it. It's gotten me wanting to rewatch Dawson's Creek because I love that show too. Oh, if you've never seen Life Force Canadian Maker Project, give it a try. Give it a try. I like seeing Daffy Duck getting his beak blown off. Joseph, did you double dip for Life Force 2? So I had $10 in referral credits for Arrow. So that one cost me $20. So I got it. Did you finish Dawson's Creek season 1 today, Brian? Now, If It Follows is big on creepy atmosphere, and honestly, I don't remember it that well. But I'm big on creepy atmosphere guy. I love creepy atmosphere. Yep, It Follows is about STD. See, if that's like, as an actor, is there any things you wouldn't do or types of roles you wouldn't take? I mean, I've had to do a nude scene before, so and there's some things I wouldn't do. It would just depend on the role. Woke Niner, yeah, still in love with Katie Holmes. Dawson's Creek, so good, so good. It's like for me, Dawson and Pacey. If you mash them together, that's my personality. Well, yeah, that's a good way to do it, Brian. I need to pre-order The Cell too. That is also a movie I haven't seen since the theater. So you're talking, when that come out? 99? Was it that far back? It's been a long time since I've seen The Cell. You just watch Derek just watched Ghoulies 3 and House 3 for the first time. Is Ghoulies 3 Ghoulies Go to College or something like that? I vaguely remember Ghoulies 3. Yeah, the Dawson's Creek set on Blu-ray, whole series for $35. Get out of town. You cannot beat that. So the director said it wasn't a metaphor for STDs. Interesting. You guys know, I have the Amazon affiliate links now. So like anything I found, like anything, if you use one of my links in the description and to go buy stuff that I'm talking about on Amazon, as long as you're still in there, anything you put in your cart, they give me a commission on. And it shows me what was bought. It doesn't show me who buys it, but it shows me what was bought. So like somebody bought like a movie and some underwear. I was like, and then somebody bought a couple of movies and some protein powder and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, that looks like my order. The Substance in my I don't think so. I don't even know if I'm going to watch The Substance. Yeah, you can see all the items, but you can't see who bought them. You can't see who buys them. It just gives like a spreadsheet of everything that was been bought using your links. So you can't see who bought them. You're about to add some funny stuff in my cart to troll you. Just like anytime my wife, like if she sends like has to send me money for something like on Zelle or anything, she would always put like for last night or for the dance or like something like that, so that it would show up on my bank statement that way. Brian, does the Dawson's Creek Blu-ray, does it have the original theme song? The I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. I want to know right now. Yeah, does it have that, or did they change it? Because I know on streaming they changed it. Yeah, the body horror thing with the substance is not, and like as a director and a cinematographer, and Brian might be the opposite on this because he's like, in not that I don't like style, but like that from what I saw, the movie looked like it was shot by somebody that just got out of film school wanting to like show every slick MTV music video technique that they learned to film something. Oh, good, Brian. Yes. Okay. So that was a question I had. So it does have the original theme song. I can't wait to get that. I can't wait to get that. I'm gonna like catch up and kind of like watch along with you. Oh, does HBO Max? Does HBO Max have Dawson's Creek? I have that included with my cable. Yeah, if the original song is gone, it just kills it. It kills like the mood for me. There was something else I was going to show you guys. Oh, so I got this today from MVD from their sale, and it's been a long time since I've seen this, but I'm a little disappointed I didn't get the slip. I got Jack Frost, and it showed it had the slip, but I didn't get the slip with it. But I'm considering trying to collect all of MVD's stuff. That's spine. You can't see it. That's spine number 35. This is spine number 61. This is so good. Cannot tell you how good this is. But I can't wait to rewatch this because I haven't seen this in many moons, Squanto. But I was hoping for a slip. Anybody out there got a slip for this? You let me know. I'll try to get it from you. Oh, and somebody, I don't know who sent this. So if one of you are out there, if you don't want to say, that's fine. But I didn't have this. I don't know who sent it. There was no address, no anything. But I did not have this in my collection on any format. And of course, I'm a big Arnold Schwarzenegger fan. But somebody sent me Red Heat 4K. And I am super pumped for this. Like, I actually, like, a lot of people they poo-poo this movie a little bit. I like this movie. But Red Heat on 4K. Whoever sent that, I appreciate it. If it's one of you out there, thank you so much. Because this is a good movie. This is a really good. I like it. I think this is a Walter Hill film. So like 48 Hours, Crossroads, The Warriors, Red Heat, Walter Hill. Yeah, the opening fight scene where they're like in the bathhouse and they fight out into the snow. It's good. I like it. This also has crud. What's her name? Is she even I believe Gina Gershon is in this. Am I mixing that up? I thought so. John, so Red Heat looks good on 4K. I can't wait to pop this in. This is a great gift. Whoever sent this, that's awesome. I'm like a kid. Whenever stuff comes in the mail, I'm like dancing around. Oh, I love Mr. Destiny. That was on one of my early videos, 10 awesome movies you've never seen. That's basically It's a Wonderful Life too. That is also, it's just another telling of It's a Wonderful Life. I love Mr. Destiny. That is a really good movie. We used to watch Belushi stuff in my house. My brother, we were big fans. Of course, from Saturday Night Live with John Belushi. Yeah, John and James Belushi. We were fans, and like we would watch that. K9, I loved. I mean, love those movies. Your Alexa started giggling for no reason. Raw Deal. Raw Deal has a 4K too. Damn. At some point, I'm going to have to start to replace DVDs with 4Ks, and I'm going to have to give them up, I think. Space will eventually become an issue. That's what I was thinking. All Arnold when you just said that Raw Deal was on 4K, I was like, then they all have to be on 4K now, except for Commando, which is one of my favorites. I don't understand why Commando's not there. Yeah, K9's good. Oh, is Jingle All the Way on 4K? Is that one on 4K? Oh, like acting. Fortunately, most of mine got cut. It ended up getting cut out. Fortunately, but yeah, like I don't know. To me, it's all fake. It's all art. There's things that I wouldn't do for like my own moral reasons. I wouldn't want to do it, and I wouldn't want to portray it for my kids see me to portray it. But like anything in a horror movie, it's so fake. Like it's not real. It's like cartoon. Twins is still not. Twins is definitely. If I had to, one day I'm gonna have to rank Arnold movies, and I'm gonna break out into a sweat because Twins, Predator is probably number one for me. I heard Over the Top is getting a 4K overseas too, and I really want to see like it get a Chunky Arrow box or a VSU release 4K here in the United States. I love Over the Top. I love it's over here. This is all my like means a ton to me from like Stallone and Schwarzenegger and Mel Gibson, Harrison Ford, and then stuff like 80s stuff, Back to the Future, Karate Kid over here. The Total Recall 4K is good looking 4K. Lincoln Hawk, yeah, that's a badass name. What are my top 5 most hated movies? Oh gosh. There are movies that I definitely don't care for that other people do. That's for sure. Oof. I can't make it through the South Park movie. I've never been able to make it through that movie. I could not make it through Happiness. Couldn't make it through it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I walked out on. I'm not the biggest fan of Dario Argento. I mean, I respect him as a filmmaker, but I mean, I wouldn't put like his movies in the hated though, because there's too many redeeming qualities about them. There are movies though that I'm sure if I thought about it that grade my nerves that I can't watch. I wish Predator would get a 4K big chunky box set. It deserved it. Okay, so Lockup with Stallone. That is interesting. I was not aware until today. If you look on Amazon, it shows there's a 4K of that. 58 people in here. 66 now. Man, last week we had 100. I'm slacking. What is up, Daniel at the Cobwebs channel? What is up? Daniel, who got me in, like, didn't even know it, pushed me into doing this. The Wolfman 2011, worst movie ever. Are you talking about the... You're not talking about... Are you talking about this? Brian. Just for that, I'm going to say The Witch. I don't think that's the worst movie ever. Dude, you need to watch the extended version. Because I hated this movie too until I watched the extended version. And now I love this movie. I love Conan. Conan. Right there. Conan, what is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of the women. John Milius. And hear the lamentation of the women. I love that. Yep. To see them driven before you and hear the lamentation of the women. Get to the chopper. Basketball was not good, yeah. True Lies just for the Jamie Lee Curtis dance. Yeah, the Wolfman extended cut changes the movie. I've never seen one change a movie so much. Conan I saw early on, too. I saw Conan early. I cut most of my scenes. I'm the one that edited the movie. I cut most of that scene because it was a dream sequence for someone and it was during like a hallucination. We shot more than was needed to do it. Like sometimes when you read things and you put things on a page and then you go to edit them and you see them filmed, like it doesn't take, it makes sense on the page in the written word, but when you see it like filmed and put together, it cuts it down it drags the movie down too slow and it needed to go faster. So I'm the one that cut it. And there's like several things happening at once and it's cutting back and wiping back and forth in like a altered state. And so all of it got cut down because each individual part, different people that it was happening to, it would have made it go on for like 7 minutes and you needed to cut it down to where this was all happening in like a less than 2 minute span. Oh, the Joker. The Joker is probably up there for me in hated movies. I hated that movie. I hated it. There was nothing redeeming about that movie to me. I didn't like it at all. Big Sal coming through with 16 more dollars. 40 plus 16 is 56 likes. Love the Arnold impression. Get to the chopper. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that so much, my friend. I appreciate that. I hope I get to re-release them too. So my films, I really want to remaster them, but here's the deal. If I remaster them, that's me editing by myself and doing that. So unless I call my buddy Edward over, and still it's going to tie up my system. So I will have a very big decline in the amount of videos that I can put out because I just can't do both at the same time. Don't AI them. I mean, you can't. No. Prometheus is a film where you end up hating the editor. The editor has so much power to tell the story. Oh man, the editor has so much. Okay, so werewolves, like I don't know how I missed this. Like I've got to go see this. I need to go see that and The Heretic and Hugh Grant. I mean, I love Hugh Grant. And to see him in a horror movie, I got to see that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to. I mean, an encode really should be no brainer. I mean, when you go to encode something, you just set the parameters on it, and the compute, the system encodes it. If you set the parameters correctly, it's going to encode it to whatever you set it to. That shouldn't be nobody should mess that up. That shouldn't be something that is like messed up ever. You saw the Joker 3 times. See, like, and me and Tyler like most of the same movies, but like I'm the opposite fence of Joker. But Tyler got me going down the David Lynch road, and I'm like all the way down the rabbit hole with David Lynch now. I am so intrigued by him now. I am so intrigued by David Lynch. So intrigued, I had to buy the documentary that Criterion did where he's talking about filmmaking and life and stuff. I mean, it shouldn't be like encoding. I have to encode stuff. I've encoded stuff to do masters and send to distribution companies and everything else. It shouldn't be that hard to do. Okay, see, now me and Brian are back on the same page with the Joker. Because I feel like they just slapped a comic book character name on it in order to get people through the door. And that I don't like. I feel like maybe I'd felt a little different if it was called anything else. That's right, Big Sal. You like what you like. That's just how it is. Oh, yeah, Tyler. The sequel is like a musical, right? Which seems weird. $64 people in here and 59 likes. We're doing pretty good. The sequel confused you? Like, it confused me that they were going to do a musical. Like, why? Why? Oh yeah, Juanita. If you only watched movies people told you to watch, you'd be watching crap. Critics, especially. If you go back and watch so much stuff like Siskel and Ebert trashing The Thing, the different movies that they trash just cracks me up. Hot take: Inglourious Basterds is a top 3 Tarantino. I don't know how hot of a take that is. I like that one too. I like that one a lot too. A very weird movie, Black Moon from 1975. I haven't seen that one. Oh, you did check out Joseph. You did check out Better Watch Out. I haven't seen that one in a while, so I need to grab it back and watch it again. I talked about it the other day, but I haven't watched it in a while. They did trash Blade Runner. Yep. Hateful Eight is really good. Hateful Eight is like I got to do my Tarantino rankings. They talk about where is it? Where did I set it? They actually show some clips in this of Siskel and Ebert like trashing The Thing and Blade Runner, I think, in this movie or in this documentary. I know I keep talking about this, but I think I probably watched this 4 times and it's just been playing on repeat over there. Like I wish they would do one of these for every year. Now, is it the greatest geek year ever? I'm still doing my best years ever. 1984 has a big argument there. 1984 is pretty big. Okay, I didn't like Inglourious Basterds as much on my first watching as I did on subsequent watchings. So give it more tries. Same thing with, oh man. So like I talked about it today, but where did I put it? I put it over here somewhere. Body Double. I had not seen this all the way through in so many years. And then when I watched it, I talked to Brian and I was like, I have a love-hate relationship with this movie. And then I've probably watched it 5 or 6 times since then. And this may be my favorite De Palma movie now. It may beat out Carrie. I really like the 80s vibes, the Hitchcock vibes. It's sexy, a little sleazy. This is good. I like it. It's a little, I mean, the story is, but De Palma has so much style. And then getting to chat like with Barbara Crampton messaging me back and forth on this thing. Like, yeah, this was a cool release. And the 4K looks awesome. Blade Runner is a really good 4K. Blade Runner is a good 4K. Yeah, well, I tell her, yeah, I was just telling people about Better Watch Out because, like, and people were like, I've never heard of that one. Tron Legacy wasn't bad. Tarantino's overrated. He falls in love with his writing a little bit. The same way Rob Zombie does. Rob Zombie tries to do a redneck trash version of Tarantino dialogue. It doesn't work all the time. But just going on like weird soliloquies of dialogue doesn't make it great every time. Man's Best Friend, the bad dog movie. Joseph, I put you on to the Friday the 13th remake that was released by Arrow. I remember not liking it at all, but upon rewatch, maybe my favorite Jason movie. It is my favorite Jason movie. It is mine. I think the first 20 minutes of it alone, 15 minutes, are one of the best. If you just took that, it'd be one of the best Friday the 13th movies. I other than that they try to take away his supernatural origin and abilities and explain those away, but then they back out on that at the end and make him supernatural again because he comes back to life. But I think it's a perfect Friday 13th movie. Cockburn. Oh, Brian, yeah, and Brian introduced me to the CLZ app too, Woke Niner. Like, I gotta get the pay app and start scanning these things in so I don't double buy things. Yeah, Lance Henriksen, Man's Best Friend. Mm-hmm. Movie Odyssey. I remember that movie. Tyler, okay, so you did like the Friday the 13th remake too. I don't understand. I really don't understand why it gets so much hate. Yeah, Sal, like Big Sal down there. The double buy almost got me on, what was it the other day? There was something on sale on Black Friday, and I was like, ooh, that's such a good deal. And I was like, I've already got it. Canadian Maker Project. You just sent me a movie? Oh man, I love getting movies. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I did, Keith. I did like Doctor Sleep. I got the 4K a couple months ago, or a few months ago when Groove was doing one of those 3 for 30s, and I haven't watched the extended cut yet, but I'm looking forward to watching that. Oh, the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street should never exist. It shouldn't exist. It should be burned. The negative should be burned. That's a movie I hate. I hate that movie. Ooh, a movie I've never seen or heard of. I like it. You only like Rob Zombie film is Lords of Salem. I don't think I ever saw Lords of Salem all the way through. What's a release that I think got slept on this year? Matinee. I think Matinee got slept on. I think Matinee is one. First of all, I love the movie Joe Dante film. It's also reference quality, one of the best 4Ks I've ever seen. I think that got slept on. Yeah, the colors in Matinee are just incredible. And like I did a review of that one. That is hard to do. It's hard to do. The scenes where they're in the movie theater and everything is just bright colors and everything, but the movie screen is black and white. And then you're going to put that in high dynamic range and Dolby Vision and have it all look amazing in the same shot. That is hard. That is hard. Derek, you're going to watch Life Force tonight? Enjoy. Enjoy. Movie Odyssey. What The Sandlot. What about The Sandlot? Are they teasing another baseball film? I haven't seen that. I know the last baseball thing they teased ended up being Inglourious Bastards. Joseph, every time. Okay, I'm going to watch Vamp. I will watch Vamp. I mean, I've seen it before, but it has been a long time. With what's her name? Oh my gosh, I just totally blanked on her name. Conan the Destroyer, and she's in Coming to America. Why did I just blank on her name? There we go, Grace Jones. Just blanked out. The Sandlot I just picked up on Blu-ray the other day, unopened, on one of my Chasing the Wild hauls for like what, $2. I don't trust arrows either. Like the baseball bat or the baseball thing, and then it was Inglorious Bastards. That was kind of a stretch. Then the leather thing, and it was Cruising. Did I miss? Are they teasing something else with baseball? Have I missed that? I mean, I have been gone for a few days. Wait, sexy Sasha Bay. What was it you said? Please and thanks for. Did I miss your question? That if everything's like going through when I start talking, so if I missed your question, put it back up there. Or are you talking about Sandlot? I think the leather was for Cruising somehow, but I've never seen Cruising, so I don't know. And I'm like, I was telling you that I had initially thought I wanted to collect all 4K chunky boxes from Arrow, But it's hard when they put out something that you're just really not, you don't know if you're ever going to watch that or not, or you're ever going to watch it more than once. I don't like buying things that I'm probably not going to watch more than once. Yeah, I've done enough research and watching on cruising that I don't think I'm going to grab that one. I mean, Joseph, you sold me Vampires, 80s, and Strip Club. Say no more. Well, but see, like I remember watching it. God, it's been 30 years, probably. Buy smart. I have to buy smart because I can't afford to buy enough stuff, and I got to buy enough stuff that I want to have, I want to watch, and that I can cover in the channel. It's got to fit all three of those criteria, so I can't just grab anything. I have not seen Gunmo. I mean, Ken at Mid-Level Media, Ken seemed to really like it. It seems, it doesn't seem like one that is for me necessarily. Cruising influenced David Fincher's Zodiac. Yeah. But like from what I read, there's way more focus on stuff that doesn't have to do with like catching killer than, that kind of gets it sidetracked. You got history with Gunmo, very, very odd film, but enjoyed it. It's interesting. I find it interesting that is one that Criterion put out. I still like my list of stuff I think Criterion should put out. And some of you, like I put Boogie Nights on that list, and some people are like, oh, well, Boogie Nights got a 4K announced next year. It did, but that don't mean that Warner Brothers themselves are putting it out. They can still license that to a boutique. Just because it's coming out on 4K doesn't mean it's coming from the studio. Al Pacino movie I've never heard of. Must be a reason. I've heard of it, but I kind of steered clear of it. Midnight Run. I don't know if I've seen that. Jacob's Ladder is. Campfire Tales 4K is good. See, I was all proud of myself the other day. I found Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark Blu-ray for like $2 or whatever, and I bought it because I didn't have it in the collection. I didn't realize there was a 4K of that already. So William is one in the column for cruising. Gunmo on Laserdisc. Came out in what, 97? 96, 97? I never bought Laserdiscs. I never got into Laserdiscs. Exhausted after watching Jacob's Ladder. I also got this since the last time I talked to you guys. This was what I got for, well, I won't say free. This is what I used referral points from Zavi. So I got this big Oppenheimer set that I didn't have to pay for. But they didn't send it to me for free to review. It used my points to get it. But I still haven't seen this. And one of our channel members, Daniel Marks, had sent me the standard 4K of it. So, and I hadn't had a chance to watch it. So now I have two. I went from not having seen it to I have two versions of it now. But this looks like a nice set. I thought it was numbered, but it isn't. I was trying to collect all the numbers Yeah, I haven't had a chance to. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. But I will. I will. It requires a little time to sit down. I'll start to have a little bit more time to watch movies now that my son's football season's over. Although he was invited, we have like 3 days after Christmas, he was invited to a like a national all-star thing here for the best player prospects in the state. So we have like a 3-day thing. But that I get like so many of my hours a week back now that I can watch some movies here and there. Also got these in. Very excited. This was $10 on Groove. And I didn't realize I didn't have this on 4K. And this was $17.99, I believe. And I have never seen the extended cut of this that's on here. I'm working on the last video for YouTube of 25 movies I own and love that I think are underrated, rarely talked about, or known. That's a good video to do, Chris. Chris M023. Yeah, I wish Groove carried more as well. And I wish there was a way to know if you were getting a slipcover from them or not. Hellfighter, this Canadian maker project, The Searchers is getting a 4K. I want that. Winchester 73 that I mentioned, I definitely want to get that. So I tell you guys a funny story. I was doing it, and you'll see a little bit of this on one of my videos. I was doing a Chasing the Wild video today, and I was at Barnes and Noble, and I was looking for Arrow and Kino Lorber because my, the Criterion sale is over, and my Barnes and Noble doesn't carry Criterion anymore. And I get in there, and I first find A Fistful of Dollars, and it's got the slip from Kino Lorber, and I'm all excited because there's one right there with the slip, and there's one without. And then I look, and there is for a few dollars more, and it's got the slip, and there's one with the slip, and there's one without. And I'm like, oh, hell yes, because the slip is out on Kino Lorber. It doesn't have the slip. And so I'm excited. And then there's the good and the bad and the ugly, right? And I'm like, oh, man, I'm about to get all 3 of these with the slip on 4K. And they were like $19.99 or $24.99, 30% off. And I am pumped up. I'm like, I got to buy these. I got to buy this. And I'm walking up to the front with it, and I look down, and I'm like, shit, they're Blu-rays. They were all blue. The 3 with the slips were all Blu-rays. And the 3, they had 2 copies of each. The ones with the slip were Blu-rays, and the ones without the slips were 4Ks. I was pissed. I was very pissed. And the ones without the slip, the 4Ks in Barnes and Noble, were $39.99 each. They're crazy. But I was lost in the middle of the store. I was like, what? I have my camera in my hand, and I'm looking at the movies, and I'm like, so sad. Is Arrow? So it could be true. That could be true, Tyler, because I saw somebody saying that they found the movie cards for the Dollars trilogy in some of the releases. So I'm going to lay off of that for now. But I got to have those. I like the Blu-ray slips without the banner too. I just don't want the Blu-ray inside of them. I want the 4K. Yeah, why are all the... Now, I got sent the awesome Underworld 4K set over there. I was beside myself about that. Speaking of 7 tickets are on sale on IMAX showing 1/3/25. They'll give folks an inkling of what to expect from the 4K disc. Interesting. Oh, John Doe, you got I Married a Witch. So I hadn't had a chance to watch that yet, but since I got it anyway. But Daniel at the Cobwebs channel, highly recommend. It's over here somewhere. If you like Bewitched, you're probably gonna like it. If you like Bewitched at all. Oh man, that makes me want to get Demolition Man even more to see if I got that card in there. Oh man, do you know how fast? Look, I'll sell whatever I need to sell if I got to. It's if Arrow does a chunky box of the Dollars trilogy, gotta have that. You gotta have that. Well, Movie Odyssey went as soon as I went to go buy the steel books of Back to the Future, they were gone already from Groove. Yeah, that's a big release if they do that. Jesse just got Criterion of Thief 1981 deep cover, One False Move. So I've seen deep cover. I haven't seen Thief. One False Move I've never seen, and I found it in the wild on my last Criterion hunt, and I didn't get it. But it's got Bill Paxton in it, right, and Billy Bob Thornton and stuff. So I'm kind of kicking myself for not getting it. The problem is with Criterion Blu-rays, you just don't know if a 4K is coming, and that just bit me on Punch Drunk Love. Fortunately, I hadn't opened it, and I was able to take it back. Brian, last movie standing. All I want from Arrow in 2025 is a Porky's box set, but I'll settle for Porky's 1 on 4K. They should do them all together. That would be a huge release for them. If they could do that, the question is, can they also get over the top? They just did Demolition Man. Can they get over the top? I mean, that was a canon film. I feel like it fits with Vinegar Syndrome, but you could argue that with Demolition Man. Somebody in the U.S. is going to do the 4K of Over the Top. That's what I want too. But I would buy that'd be that on that Porky set. Cobra would be a great VSU. I'm not like it's hard, like Over the Top. I could see Arrow or Vinegar Syndrome doing it, but Cobra has Vinegar Syndrome VSU all over it. Yeah, Vinegar Syndrome and Over the Top, just like the whole vibe of it feels like it could be there. $4K Porkies would be, Lassie and that whole shower scene in 4K. Oh, a 4K set of Revenge of the Nerds. Oh, man. We've got Bush. That's the first time I saw full frontal nudity and female nudity in a movie when I was a kid. It was Revenge of the Nerds. Porky's 1, Kino Lorber. I could see Kino doing it, but I believe Arrow has teased Porky's before. Have they not, Brian? Jesse, am I picking up Summer Rental from Kino? Yes. That is one of my favorite John Candy movies. Honestly, Summer Rental and Great Outdoors are probably my favorite of his. I agree, Joseph. Tango and Cash. Tango and Cash, I could see going either way between Arrow and Vinegar Syndrome too, but I could also see Kino Lorber sweeping in and getting Tango and Cash. 2025 about to be popping for. Okay, so they teased the Porkies before the whole purchase of Fox. Okay, so Kino's getting a lot of Paramount titles, but have you noticed how many Vinegar Syndrome is getting lately? Sliver is a Paramount title. The Keep is a Paramount title. Congo is a Paramount title. There's like 6 or 7 Paramount titles. I can't remember the rest of them, but I was just talking to somebody about this and pointing it out. I was pointing it out in my group chat with some of the guys the other day. There's like 6 or 7 Paramount titles that Vinegar Syndrome has released in the past couple of months. Good night, Horror Girl. Oh, man, Lamb Chop, if you haven't seen Summer Rental is awesome. John Candy, John Larroquette's in that movie. Cary Green from The Goonies in that movie. Young Joey Lawrence is in that movie. You got the neighbor at the beach who's Richard Crenna's in that movie. The whole soundtrack is mostly done by Jimmy Buffett, so I love that. Man, and you got the neighbor that's trying to show everybody, get them to judge her new fake boobs, which is hilarious. It is awesome. Rip Torn is great in Summer Rental. Yes, he is. Yeah, I can't wait either, Joseph. That's a must-have for me. Yeah, Kino did, like, Paramount spreading around. I was just surprised to see, like, I asked somebody, I was like, does Vinegar Syndrome have a deal with Paramount that we don't know? Because, like, over half of their last, like, 15 or 20 titles have been Paramount. Yeah, Cary Green, the girl from the Goonies. I think it's Cary Green, right? The neighbor, I'd have to ask her what she thinks about mine. Yeah, Uncle Buck coming. Kino's also got Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison coming. Yeah, Paramount's just spreading it around, I think. Movies Anywhere. I don't have that. There is a release date now on Uncle Buck. I think was it February? It has an official release date. So does Summer Rental. Last movie standing out, oversold the nudity in Sliver. Basic Instinct 2 has way more Sharon Stone naked. I don't know. Basic Instinct 2. I don't know if I've ever seen Basic Instinct 2. Dude, the whole voyeurism angle in Sliver. We also need Fright Night 2. There's rumors of Fright Night 2 being done by the same combo that did this. We need Fright Night 2. I didn't realize, is Sharon Stone in Basic Instinct 2? I didn't even realize she did a second one. Did you watch Sliver? Did you watch the uncut version of Sliver? Nightcrawler 4K. I'm gonna have to watch Basic Instinct 2. Burbs on 4K. Burbs. See, that's something that, like, Kino is gonna get in here and sweep away from Screen Factory. Screen Factory would put out that on 4K. Yeah, I knew it. It had to have bombed, or I would have heard about it. The Burbs could be Arrow for sure, but I mean, Screen Factory had the Blu-ray. They also had the Blu-ray of Trick or Treat 2007, and Arrow got the 4K. Arrow's going to be putting out some more Friday 13th movies, obviously, next year, too. feel like Basic Instinct was 2000, or part 2 was 2000. Yeah, about had to be. How many times have you sold a title and then regretted it? I have about 5 or 6 times. Michael Smith. That's my name is Michael Chase, like with a hyphen. Michael Chase Smith. My dad's name was Michael Smith. Good name. I really haven't sold too much. I haven't sold too much. To the biggest regret I have is giving away my whole VHS collection to Goodwill a long time ago. Man, Basic Instinct 2 is like a blind spot for me. I can't believe I missed that. Your middle name's Michael? Yeah. I'm Michael Chase. Michael Chase. I just saw that about Michael Mann and talking about Last of the Mohicans. I didn't miss anything. Apparently, more Sharon Stone naked. That's about it, huh? But there is like a sexy, seedy, sleazy kind of like factor with Sliver with all the voyeurism because he's got the entire apartment building wired everywhere with cameras and he's watching everything from everybody on all these TVs. It's like it's got some Rear Window vibe there, Body Double vibe, and then killer at large type thing. It's I like Sliver. It's not always the nudiest, the context and how you see it. Nope, you did the Blu-ray curse. I don't think I will ever like the Star Wars set and the Goonie set, and then finding this in the wild. I don't think I'll ever have a better run of finding used stuff in the wild than those. But now I'm like addicted. So you guys will probably get a few more chasing the wild videos because now I'm addicted to what I might find out there. I'd like Arrow to reissue RoboCop on 4K. Well, you can still get the standard of it, right? I think you can still buy the standard on 4K. You just can't get that box set. So if they still got the standard, they're definitely not going to re-release it. They don't. Do they ever re-release anything on a box set? Other like except for from different countries, like because I know they re-released like Hellraiser and stuff like that, but that's in different countries. Oh, Tyler. Okay, good. Like, yeah, people seem to like the hunt videos. I just got to go some other places. I can't just fall in love with my couple places. I got to go to a few more. Hey, but if you find a good, Michael, if you find a good find in the wild, the exhilaration of that is so awesome. Apartment, yeah, William. That apartment building had more cameras in the back cave. It had, like, I feel like because he had like everybody. I don't know. I feel like you'd see some stuff you didn't want to see too, though. Like, eh. Oh, Jesse, you just now saw the program. The program. I played college football. That one's it's hyped to 11, but it's got a lot of stuff that's pretty close to real. Friday Night Lights might be the most realistic portrayal of like high school going into college football that I've seen. Yeah, Woke Niner. I saw that and I almost dropped my camera. Like, and I'm glad I didn't because my camera's this little thing is like 600 or so bucks for a little 4K camera, but that's how I film. But I almost dropped it. I was so excited to pull that thing out of there. If I could find, I am looking for from Criterion. There's a movie with Tim Robbins, and I think it's Robert Altman did the movie. I think it's Altman, The Player. I am looking for the Criterion Blu-ray of that. So if any of y'all run across that one, let me know. Oh, Jesse, I love Varsity Blues. I love Varsity Blues. Oh, dude, 1408 would be awesome to do a 4K of. I would love to see a 4K of the program. Every football movie looks good in 4K. They're like Westerns. They're like made for 4K. Little Giants is a great football movie. Oh, I love Varsity Blues. There's a lot of that that's like real. It's definitely turned up to 11. I feel like Friday Night Lights might be a little more realistic portrayal of that. At least in my experience of going through high school and the college football. I know James Vanderbeek announced that he has cancer, but I think he's going to be okay. He's just got to have treatment. And he actually has a link on his Instagram where he is selling John Moxon jerseys that he's autographing to raise money for cancer and for his own treatments and everything. And they're only $80 a piece. And with his signature and a jersey, and like I would like to get one of those to like support him, and I would get it like framed like memorabilia or something like that. The Friday Night Lights steelbook is nice. Blue Trips, Nick Nolte, Shaq, Penny Hardaway, that would be a good one. Oh, She's All That 4K I'd buy for sure. There is a 4K of Varsity Blues, right? I just don't have it. Oh, I love the replacements. I'm a huge Keanu Reeves fan. Oh, I love like Wildcats, Jesse. Yes, I've talked about that a bunch on this channel. Goldie Hawn. Goldie Hawn randomly, completely full frontal naked in the bathtub in that movie. I wish I had. Now I have a van, and I wish I had a Valiant. She's getting out of the tub talking, and then you got Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes for their first like movie, first time together in a movie. I love that movie. She outruns them. I forgot to tell you, I ran the Boston Marathon twice. Johnny B. Good is great. I mean, I never got recruited at that level. I got to go. I was going to go to UCLA for a visit and Clemson, and I mean, I was always going to go to Georgia to play. It was never a question. But the recruiting, that's fun. It's so funny. You had Uma Thurman and Robert Downey Jr. in that movie, and Michael Anthony Hall was actually the star. Radio is good. Ed Harris and Cuba Gooding Jr., right? Hadn't seen that one in a while. Necessary Roughness, just got that on Blu-ray for like $6. Me and Brian both bought it a couple months ago for like $6. Oh, Blue Chips was filmed outside of Purdue? Really? That's cool. Constantine, I have to pre-order. I haven't ordered Constantine yet because I just don't have the money to buy everything. But Constantine is one of my favorite Keanu movies. I preach all the time how much of a fan I am of Keanu, and I love Constantine. And oh crap, what's his name? Just totally Peter. He plays the devil in the movie. Is one of the best portrayals of the devil ever, even though it's not that long. All the Right Moves is good. Craig T. Nelson, Tom Cruise, Chris Penn, good movie. Leah Thompson, Peter Stormare. There, I couldn't spit it out. Yep, Peter Stormare, great. And the way it portrays heaven and hell as like they are in dimensions that are like right next to ours, and they look the same. It's just a hell version and a heaven version. I think they're on to something with that, and I think it's super cool. Oh yeah, All the Right Moves is a good movie. And Pipe Bulldogs, right? That's the. Remember the Titans doesn't have a 4K? That's a good one too. Don't let them gain another yard. You blitz all night. They cross that line of scrimmage. We're going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans. I love that. That speech makes me want to run through a wall. My son will listen to that on the way to football games. Constantine is getting a sequel. Keanu confirmed that. I'm super pumped. Was I surprised with the 8 overtimes with Georgia Tech last Friday? A little. I'd said it was probably going to be a tougher game just because Georgia's had a tough schedule this year, like the number one toughest schedule. And they're beat up, and they were trying to rest. They were trying to not have to play some players. And Georgia Tech, I mean, their coach stated he didn't care if they went 1-11 every year as long as they beat Georgia. So they put everything into that. And Georgia also had the SEC title. They knew they had to get ready for this weekend. So it's I'm a big believer in the psychological aspects of football. And so I knew it was going to be tough. But Georgia's tough to beat. They're tough to beat. They're never out of a game. Doesn't matter what you think. So it was a great game, though. Great game. I needed to take like the Xanax or something. It's funny. I never got nervous playing. I never got nervous coaching. I coached high school football. I coached at major high school here in Georgia. Coached a major youth program here in Georgia between Buford High School and stuff. And never got nervous playing. Never got nervous coaching. I get nervous watching the University of Georgia Bulldogs play, and I get nervous watching my son play. I never got nervous myself. Please make a movie and don't remove my nudity. I'm not in good enough shape right now to do it. I do want to make another movie, though. Somewhere out there, Kirby, he's a good coach, man. He was frustrating them calling those timeouts. He's reading their offense is what he's doing. So he's making them adjust every time. That's it, Mozart. That's what my wife says. She's like, you don't feel like you can control any of that. You felt like you could control something when you played or you were coaching. You can't control anything. Yeah, the Steelbook of Constantine's a little plain. It's a little plain. I'll tell you that doing nude scenes is not sexy at all, especially when you're having to direct, like I was, direct the scene you're in. And you have like you keep it's a hot set. So like if you're running 2 cams, an A and a B cam, you got 2 camera operators. And then I was in the scene with the actress, and we're both nude. And then you have the sound guy, and you try to get everybody else and the AC, the assistant camera that claps, and everybody else you try to get out of there. but you're trying to direct the scene that you're in and all that kind of stuff before the take starts, and you're not wearing anything and you're trying to direct people, and then you have to takes a couple takes to get it out of your mind that the camera people are moving around with a camera in some angles where they could really film some unflattering stuff. And you kind of laugh, like me and the actress, my friend April, we both laughed like the first 3 takes. We're just laughing. And you have to get that out of your system and then go forward. And it's definitely something. Mike, what's up, man? No Merkins were harmed. No, we did not. We didn't even have any Merkins because she wasn't going to be seen. So it was just like a towel, basically, like between the two of us in that area. And it was funny. Plus, Merkins are surprisingly expensive for an independent film set. It is like I give the carry, and I would always tell my male actors, any male actor had to do any scene like that, give them the Cary Grant line to the actress. You'll say, "You'll forgive me if I get aroused, and you'll forgive me if I don't." A pube wig, yeah. Nude scenes in movies. Directing nude scenes in movies. That's what we're talking about, Mike. Groove had to issue a statement on the Constantine Steelbook saying that it's placeholder till the release date. Okay. So that's not the actual artwork. I like I said, I've been out of town, so I'm just I was home yesterday, but we left at like 3:45 a.m. to drive back. So I'd only had a few hours sleep. And drove 7 hours back. I was out of commission yesterday. So today is my first day back alive. So I've been kind of out of it a little bit. No Merkins were harmed. Joseph, I was a few weeks from shooting my first feature last year. We had Conan Stevens, the original Mountain, from Game of Thrones, but his visa had issues and ended up snowballing and into halt. Yeah, it's hard. Like, people don't realize how stressful it is. And I mean, I've been fortunate. The one time a movie started to fall apart, I had raised the money, and we were 3 days from filming a movie called All Sixes and Sevens. That was the working title. It was a comedy, an 80s comedy, 80s style comedy with like big 80s nostalgia. And we had Corey Feldman in the movie, and everything was locked up. But then he wanted to like have other people come with him, and like we were independent budget, and we couldn't do it. And so we had to pivot to a whole other movie because I already had committed the money, and ended up making the movie Realm of Souls, which ended up, doing well, but it wasn't the movie we intended to make. So I had to come up with a whole new script in 3 days. So it's tough. Oh, so Brian, the Steelbook art is official on Constantine? I like that. Canadian Maker Project. Thank you so much, man. And Canadian, $5 super chat. He also gifted 5 memberships tonight. That is awesome. I appreciate the hell out of that. Thank you so much. Mozart's Ghost. Who do you think wins the college playoff if not UGA? I don't know. I mean, I want Georgia to win, so that one's hard for me to take my head out of. But like, if Georgia was not in it at all, I would probably lean to Ohio State or Oregon. I don't know, man. It's hard to tell. I got no faith in Ohio State's coach winning anything. Dan Lanning, I know he learned from Kirby here at Georgia, out there at Oregon, but Oregon doesn't play a hard schedule. So some of the teams that are more battle tested going into this are going to be better off. Do I think Gunn will actually let Keanu be in the university he's trying to recreate? Are you talking about with Constantine? Because Keanu's confirmed Constantine, from what I understand. Oh man, Joseph, like, yeah, you learn a lot real fast. There is like people that came in from film school. I'm like, oh, that's cute. Now learn how to really do it. Yeah, we salvaged it because I mean, we made Realm of Souls. It got distribution. You can still, like, I actually just bought a copy of it because I only had a couple left. I bought a copy of Realm of Souls on DVD myself, just so I had an extra one off of Amazon the other day for like $8. It's on streaming and stuff. It's like a found footage movie. And but we went to some cool places and filmed. I pulled every string that I had from having played football at Georgia, from making films in here, and I got them to let us film in Bonaventure Cemetery in Savannah without a permit and everything. They had stopped people from filming in there since Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil was filmed, but they let us film in there. And they let me film on the streets of Savannah, like a faux ghost tour and everything. And I mean, I called in every favor that I could, so it makes it look like we have more of a budget than we did. Ice cream is calling you, Chunky Box. Thanks for coming in, William. 80s Made is in here. UK Constantine art is to be determined. Yeah, the big set, like on I bet that was probably what I was going to order on Orbit, and just order it from Orbit. But they don't have a release date for that or the artwork, so that's a little scary. But if it's a numbered set, I haven't paid attention if it's a numbered set. If it's a numbered set, I may still go with that because that's a big movie for me. That's like a big time favorite. That's not like just, oh, I would like to have that set. That's a big time favorite for me. Yeah, I'll probably do that too. 80s Made. I would rather have that because I like that movie that much. I want the pomp and circumstance of the big set. Blood In, Blood Out is owned by Disney now. I don't think I've seen Blood In, Blood Out. Michael Smith, never understood why anyone wants a merkin. You don't want anyone to see your business, but you're okay to make people think they're seeing it. Yeah. Like, and it depends on the actress. Honestly, I've never had an actress that I worked with have that problem. They were like, no, because they don't want you down there sticking things to them. They're like, you're not going to film like straight up here, are you? If not, then I'm fine. I mean, it's not like you're showing like that anyway. But like, I'm also not going through trying to like remove like bra lines or panty lines or underwear from a guy or whatever for like frame by frame. From no way am I doing that. So and we don't at an independent level, you're not paying for a body double. So is this the release date for the Steelbook? Did they not have that on Groove? They don't have the release date for Constantine on Groove for that steelbook. Let's see. Not at this time, so they don't have it because I know it's like on their front page, or it was to order it. But why would Constantine need to be Elseworld? Because I mean, they already have Constantine 1, so if you're going to do 2, you just work that into the fold with Keanu as Constantine. Like, I don't know why they'd need to be an alternate universe, but who knows what Gunn's going to do. He's lost a lot of steam for me. I think Guardians was his peak. You are the body double. Just do push-ups. That's right. That's right. Oh my God. Did they really, Brian? No way. No way. You know what that takes. Like, if you're trying to, like, remove, like, let's say a panty line or bra or whatever, and there somebody's on the screen with it for like 2 or 3 minutes and they're moving around, it's got to be tracked and done frame by frame. And no way. No way. I'll just find somebody who will do it. It's not worth the time. No, caveman, I didn't come in here thinking I was discussing Merkins. What's funny is they're very easy to pick out when people put them on most of the time too. Right? I'd rather just throw a censor bar. Censored. It's very easy to pick out when an actress uses them when they don't. Like, if you've ever seen one used, it's very easy. Had to get his balls out of Fatal Attraction. Just leave him. That movie's already, unless he didn't want him in there. Yeah, I don't like, that's kind of backwards about, I want the artwork released most of the times before I order. Now with Constantine, it's not going to matter because I'm going to get that regardless. I don't want him wearing a merkin. He needs to go all natural, full frontal and backside. Am I picking up the Black Phone 4K? Do you know I've never seen the Black Phone? And I'm a big Ethan Hawke fan. Like in the movie Magnificent Seven, like I'm a huge Chris Pratt's one of my top 25 actors. So is Denzel, and they're both in the Magnificent Seven remake. But in that movie, Ethan Hawke's Goodnight Robichaux, there's something about him and his backstory that I like. He steals every scene he's in. I love him. I love Ethan Hawke. I love his Criterion Closet stuff too. But I've never seen Black Phone. And this year at Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios, they had a Blumhouse scare zone, and they had the grabber out there, and they had like a black phone ringing and stuff like that on the streets. But I've never seen that movie. So like see, 80s Made said it didn't have a lot of rewatchability. So I would need to watch it before I committed that kind of money. Like putting on a bald cap on a person with full long hair. Yeah. So there's a few of us in here that haven't seen Black Phone. I don't get it. A black phone. Everybody's got a black phone. It's there's some kind of supernatural element to it, right? I forget what it is. The Mask is kind of creepy. It is. I didn't realize Tom Savini did it. See, if it's like one that's a one-time watch and then all the twists or whatever, and it's not a lot of rewatchability, that spending $60 on it doesn't seem like something I want to do. What about Billy Bob in Monsters Ball? People nicknamed him Billy Balls Thornton from that sex scene. Well, I could see how they might be flapping around in that scene. Like that's the kind of thing that you worry about. That's what I was talking about. Like when the camera guy is like behind you moving around, and you're like, keep that. I'm like, keep that frame here. Movie collector, go dogs, baby, go dogs. Oh, you just bought Realm of Souls off Amazon. Awesome. Becca, awesome. Yeah, whatever's out there, once it's gone, it's gone. Yeah, let's not go full undercarriage. That's basically almost word for word what I told the camera. Actually, it's camera girl and a camera guy. The camera lady, she was like Liz was her name, and she's I've known her for a while, and I'm like, we don't need to go full undercarriage. We don't need to know each other that well. So keep your frame up here. I never watched Superman and Lois. I mean, for me, like the only Superman stuff that I've ever like really watched is the original Superman movies and Smallville. And I had to be talked into Smallville by my wife at the time and my dad. Um, my dad turned me on to so many, so many movies. That was the one thing me and my dad really had in common was our love for movies. And they had to talk me into it. My dad was staying with us at the time, and I was so hesitant. I wouldn't watch it. I didn't watch Smallville the first season. I didn't buy into it because I was afraid they were going to screw up Superman. And then I started watching it, and I absolutely love Smallville. I love Smallville. And Tom Welling, got to meet him through Martin Cove and stuff, and Super Guy, and through John Schneider, got to work with John Schneider on Penance Lane, independent movie. And man, just that was super cool. Love that show. And I'm so hesitant for anything Superman. And then I watched Man of Steel, and I saw them have Jonathan Kent basically tell Clark to let a bus load of kids die to protect his identity. And then he made Clark let him die to protect his identity. And I was done with it, because the whole point of Jonathan Kent dying of a heart attack was for Superman to learn he couldn't save everyone. And Jonathan Kent would never have told Clark to let kids die to protect his identity. I was done. If you had to Google Merkins tonight, you definitely learned something. Mike, I would agree. I'm tired of Bama. There is a Bama bias for sure. For sure. There is a Bama bias. Mystery Date, Ethan Hawke. I have seen that once. I should revisit myself. Yeah, it'd be an interesting movie, just naked with a phone. So, Sasha Bay. That would be an interesting one. Yeah, Joseph, 100% Superman is about hope and optimism. And to like see Jonathan Kent basically like make him question in that movie to let a busload of kids die to protect his identity, I was out. And the story, like I've heard Tom Welling tell the story that he was like brought that script. They were considering, because he was doing so good with the Smallville show, they were considering just bringing him to the movie. And he said he read the script and told him that wasn't a Superman story, which is, I'd agree. Smallville cast are working on a spinoff. I would love it. I would love it. I told Tom Welling, I was like, if you ever do anything else, I'll come work for free on it. I'm going to get this call because they're going to have no money trying to do a spinoff. Be like, what can you do for free? I'm going to be like, nothing, because I can't actually do it for free. I have kids. Clemson, I think Clemson's going to beat SMU, and that might take care of the Bama situation. What's the nicest celebrity that I've met and worked with? I've been very fortunate because Bill Moseley was incredible. He stayed like 3 extra days with us on set up in North Georgia in some cabins to hang out. Same thing with Marty Cove. Marty and Jesse, his son, Jesse was like a lead in Bring Me a Dream. They were both there. We hung out. We stayed in this huge lake house this whole time we filmed. And Marty's like, I mean, Marty became almost like family, like, because he'd call and talk to me all the time and stuff. So that's like a different level. Carolyn Williams has been amazingly nice. John Schneider, super cool. Tyler Main. I mean, I've spent the night at Tyler's house. He spent the night at mine. We've drank a lot of brown liquor and wine together. And had party. He's super cool. And I edited his movie Penance Lane and did a bunch of the reshoots and filming. The guys who did Terrifier, the producers of Terrifier and stuff, they're the ones that filmed that movie. So, I mean, I've been very, very fortunate with the ones that I've worked with. So, and even like I met Clive Barker was at, when I spoke at a panel on directing independent films at Days of the Dead, Clive Barker was there. Clive Barker ended up giving me a picture he drew. I got to show it on here one time. Giving me a picture he drew and signed it and gave me a little replica of the box from Hellraiser. So I've been lucky. Really lucky. Yeah, Tom Welling said he read that script and told him it wasn't a Superman story. Yeah, Boise State. I think they won because it's over here on my TV and all the fans are on the field now. So Boise State must have won. Yeah, they played tonight. So does I think Tulane. I think the AAC championship or something is tonight too. But like that championship with Boise State and UNLV, that was played on Boise State's home field. That seems unfair. Yeah, the Art the Clown actor was a teacher. I didn't know until recently that the same guy that plays Art the Clown plays the Grinch in the Mean One. Barker is underappreciated. He's different. He was super nice. Like there's a picture of me somewhere. I'm gonna have to put it on here. There's a picture of me that my friend took while I was speaking at this panel, and I have liquor. I have a bourbon and Coke in this cup, and I'm sitting up there at this table and I'm speaking in the microphone, and I look up and I'm wearing my cowboy hat, and I look up and he's sitting right there in the front as I'm speaking, talking about directing, right? And I like look, and and I just like duck my head back down because I'm like, is he grading what I'm saying, you know? And my friend, she snapped the picture right there, so I have to share that picture. I'm like, oh, there's Clive Barker listening to everything I'm saying. Oh, Army beat Tulane, huh? Yeah, not a lot of Canes fans in Georgia. You're going to find mostly Bulldogs. Yeah, I think that knocks Tulane out of consideration for anything. Fans rushed the field to try to make sure the last play couldn't be reviewed. Was it a close game at the end? John Doe, you live so close to Georgia that they love Georgia sports teams. Where are you at? Where are you at? Oh, North Carolina. Yeah, definitely find some Georgia fans up there. Georgia we have a lot. We always had a lot of rivals because we're bordered by so many. Like our state touches, you know, the Carolinas and Tennessee and Alabama and Florida. So everywhere we go, we've got a border rivalry. We'll go a few more minutes here. I can't believe there's still 50 of you guys sitting here listening to me talk. Like I didn't really have a lot planned tonight. I just wanted to get back in the chair and talk to you all. Definitely didn't plan on talking about being naked in movies and wearing merkins and having to have your balls like edited out of a movie, Brian. uh this all interesting. Oh, thanks, Joseph. Like, I mean, if you guys haven't seen Joseph Vincent's channel, he's got like a million, like 1.5 million subscribers, and he does these awesome like mockumentary type thing. Like the one you sent me on the Karate Kid, we watched like a couple of times. So I know that takes work editing because like just putting in clips, like when I'm doing a video of like if I'm doing a video of like a top 10, a top 20, especially if it's a top 25, like when I did my top 25 horror kills of all time, I had to go and find all those clips and you have to download them. And like for me, I have to convert them because I'm editing in 4K. So then I have to convert them and bring them into the timeline, cut them, line them up at the right place where I'm talking, put the graphic over them and line that up, all that kind of stuff. Expand the frame size to where it fits, all that kind of stuff. Just to put those clips in, it adds all this time. So when you're editing and you're doing the stuff like he does, it takes a lot longer. It's like editing a movie. It's impressive. You work with an obnoxious Florida fan. Well, my wife went to Florida, and I mean, she was like a cheerleader and stuff, and she's like, um, she's a Florida fan, but she is converted. She's slowly converting. No, he didn't bring the quality of discussion down. I think it's funny. Like I don't, nothing embarrasses me. Once you've been in that position with the camera back there, nothing embarrasses you anymore. You're making your daughter listen to me in the background. Well, hello back there. Oh, you're a Buckeye fan. He reminds you of Coach Rick. Coach Rick Awesome guy. Coach Rick's who I played for. And he's an awesome, good man. And but yeah, we didn't get over the hump. Had the playoff been around when Coach Rick was here, he probably would have won a couple of national championships, because I think in his time at the University of Georgia, in his 15 or 16 years, I think Georgia finished second or third like 4 or 5 times. So they were like right there. And it's you know, the rules is just how it was then. Only 2 teams made it. I was older when I went back. So like I graduated from the University of Georgia in 07. Like was it the last year I was there? No, 05. Kirby Smart was actually a running backs coach. He was actually there for 1 year as a running backs coach under Coach Rick. And Thomas Brown, who is now the interim coach for the Chicago Bears, blew out my right shoulder in practice. I was engaged with a blocker, and he came through, and I tackled him. I grabbed him as he ran through the hole, and it whipped my arm back, but I couldn't let go. It was like grabbing onto an electric wire, and slammed him down, and I tore everything in my shoulder, lost all feeling from about here down. And that's when I said I was done playing football and hung them back up. Because I already had 4 knee surgeries. I had 3 reconstructions, 4 surgeries total on my knees. 1 knee on 1 knee. Yeah, if they'd had a top 4 playoff when Coach Rick was here, he'd made it a couple times. He'd have got it a couple times probably. He'd at least played for it a few times. Mike Webb, I appreciate it. Gave me a $4.99 super chat for the hell of it. Also, don't know why his phone does it at $4.99 instead of $5. Man, I appreciate it. Every little bit helps me out. It really is. It goes back to support the channel. When I tell you guys that it means a lot to me, it does mean a lot. Like everything goes back. Like I turn around and put this money into things that I can get, that I can show you and talk about on here. And, you know, it helps pay the bills. Not like, I'll just be straight with you guys. Like on average, you make like $10 per 1,000 views on average. So if you know, it can be it can be more, it can be less, but I would say that's mostly the average. And so it's like $10 per 1,000 views. So you can if a video gets 3,000 views, it's probably it's going to get you about $30. That's, you know, so you put out videos, and then YouTube takes like 30, 40, 50% or whatever of memberships and super chats and all that kind of stuff. So if your channel averages, you know, 4,000 views a day for the whole channel, then that's $40 a day, 30 days, it's $1,200, you know, before taxes. You know, you have to pay taxes eventually on that. But so it's not like you get rich, but everything helps. Everything helps, especially when you're digging out from under, you know, house repairs and all that kind of stuff. So everything means a lot to me. It really does. It really does. Who's the best football player I ever saw in person? Well, I played on a team that won the 2005 SEC title, and there was a lot of football players on that team that were really good. That played in the NFL. Every day I had to go against Max Gene Gillis in practice. He went on to play for the Eagles on the offensive line. And Dan Inman, he went on to play on the offensive line at Tampa. like I didn't play with Todd Gurley, but like we filmed a Star Wars UGA fan film. Me and Chris Conley, who's still playing in the NFL at receiver, me and Chris Conley and Todd Gurley and Coach Rick was in it and stuff. We filmed so Todd Gurley is up there, but Mozart's Ghost, you said you're an Ohio State fan. Eddie George did my movie Dark Roads with me. And because, I was a football guy and he was trying to get into acting. And so I got him down and he plays Robert Johnson, the blues musician, Robert Johnson. He's the biggest running back I've ever been around, bar none. And he's a really good player. So there's a few. Did I play in the bowl game? Well, the game was here because of Hurricane Katrina. So I didn't play in it, no. But I was a walk-on. They called me back. I graduated high school in 98. I had an offer from every school with a stamp in 1997. And then I tore my ACL going into my senior year. And back then it was a lot worse of a thing, 97, 98. But my knee ended up being way worse than they thought. My surgery took 8 hours to repair my leg and my knee. And they told me I was never going to play football again because it just blew it up. And so all my offers went away. And I rehabbed and I decided I was going to go to Valdosta State and they were going to let me play football there. I cleared protocol and they were going to let me play football there. And in practice, voluntary OTAs, like before the season started, before classes started, I took a helmet in the same knee. It flipped my kneecap horizontal and shoved it back through my knee, slicing my tendons and everything. And so then I thought I was really done. And I became and I actually had to have 2 surgeries to fix that. And I became a personal trainer. I was working at the gym doing rehab, and I thought I was done with football. And I got tired of being a personal trainer. I was like, I'm going back to school. I can't do this forever. I was enrolled in UGA for like 48 hours. And I got a call from Coach Rick and Coach Tarashinsky, who was the walk-on coordinator. And they asked me if I could come and help them out on the defensive line. And so I came and I played. But I was what they called a preferred walk-on at that point. So I didn't travel to every game and everything. I never did go to Dr. Andrews, no. And I had to have one more surgery. It was done by a big surgeon here. 2 big surgeons here in the state of Georgia. One was Dr. Hovey, one was Dr. Burkle. And I had to have one final one to clean it out, to clean out all the scar tissue. And then when I tore my labrum and rotator cuff tackling Thomas Brown, that's when I was like, to play, I would have had to have surgery, and I didn't want to have any more surgeries. So to this day, I still have micro tears of my right rotator cuff, and I have a torn labrum in here. I never had it fixed. Cowabunga, dude, we're off to the playoffs. Which one's your team? Big Sal, 40 plus 16 plus 11 equals 67. Hopefully helps this with Chase's targets. Brother, you do too much for me, man. You do too much. I really appreciate it, though. You are definitely an icon. You got to get icon status on the videos. I got it. You deserve it. You deserve it. Hey, Trainer DC. Trek or not? Is that how you say it? Trek or not? Hey, man. Keno is coming out swinging in 2025. Yeah, I hate that Coach Rick got that diagnosis too, but he's a good man and he'll handle it. That's a tough diagnosis. It's been fun talking with you, Mozart Ghost. Joseph, thank you so much for everything, man. I appreciate it. Big Sal, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I'm going to wrap it up. It is 11:45. There's still 47 of us in here. 69 likes. Seems fitting for our conversations tonight, for that to be the number. But I appreciate you all being in here and hanging out. I'll try to do Friday night lives every week if we can, if you guys want to try to do it. But oh, yeah, cool. We met Coach Rick. He is a super nice guy. A super nice guy. He will always be giving of himself and his time. He's a good man. He's a good man. But thank you all so much. Have a great weekend. Look for some videos coming out. I'll try to get one up tomorrow. I do have a big game to watch, but hopefully I'll get one out tomorrow and Sunday. And I'm trying to work ahead and get a lot done. And hope you guys enjoy it all. And remember, if you want to buy anything on Amazon, using the links helps. Doesn't matter. Click on the link, go there, buy your groceries. It helps. But you all have a great weekend and get out there and find some targets, watch some movies, and have fun. Have fun. And until next time, this is Chase with AV Pop Culture saying, be kind, rewind like always, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.